Hey, this is Jeff with the ChrisTash Pawtcast. Like and subscribe. Let's get it.
Yo, here we are. Episode 6 ChrisTash Podcast. Sitting here with the homie Jeff Similien, Low Key Dispensary, Codman Square, Boston.
What's up? What's
going on, man? It's a long time coming.
Man. Long time coming.
Finally got you in here. What's good with you, man?
Good, man. It's a good day.
Good.
It's a beautiful day, man. It's a nice day outside, man. I'm happy to be here today. Happy to be having this conversation with you today. I'm loving the kicks, man. It's fire.
Thank you. I wore them especially for you.
I appreciate it.
It's like the shirt, too.
I love this shirt, too. I love this shirt.
Yeah, you gave me the shirt a while ago. I was at the opening.
The opening, yeah. Thank you for showing up, man. Thank you for coming through. You came with the ladies.
We always said, man.
You know, thanks for the support. It's always love.
Always someone that supports, man.
And I love the fact that we had a mutual friend in common. Shout out to Sam.
Sammy, yeah. Sammy. He's probably watching this right now. Sammy Gerber. Hush, you know Sammy as well. I got Hush behind the boards over there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Hush knows Sammy.
What's up, Hush?
So, okay, let's get started in this whole thing. Just, where you from? A little backstory.
Well, how far back?
How far back you want to go?
I'm Haitian. You know what I mean? Born and raised. You know what I mean? I was born in Haiti. Moved out here when I was about 10 going on 11.
Boston?
New York first. My uncle was in New York. Then we came out there. New York was a little too fast for me, for my parents. Then we came back to Boston. There was more opportunities at the time. So we came out here, Boston, and then we've been here since then.
How old are you?
38.
38. Okay.
Yeah.
What part of Boston?
Part of Boston where I live? Or?
Yeah, just like what part of Boston?
Dorchester.
Dorchester.
We came to Dorchester. Owen Croft Road. Went to Woodrow Wilson Middle School.
There you go. Okay.
Then went to West Roxbury High School, and then Curry College.
So you're Boston through and through.
Yeah, Boston through and through for sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I
love the city.
All right, you have kind of a different story than most of the people I've had in here so far. That's why I don't know where to start this one at.
Yeah.
Let's start with smoking.
Smoking.
When you start smoking?
When did I start smoking?
When you start consuming cannabis.
Oh, cannabis.
Cannabis in general. I mean, I don't know about cigarettes. But fuck all that.
No, I don't smoke cigarettes. I think sometime in high school, I want to say maybe like sophomore, junior year. I think probably like one of those days that we had skipped school. A couple of guys skipped school, and it was like, if you want to try it, and I'm a very curious person, so I took a couple of puffs. That was pretty much it. You know what I mean?
Hooked from that point on.
I wasn't hooked. No,
not hooked,
but no, I tried it on high school. I never went out of my way to just like, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm, you know what I'm saying? But like, if I'm around friends, so I basically became a social smoker.
A social smoker.
Yeah. So as I grew up later on, then I started, buying it. Like I got Haitian parents, you know what I mean? So
you're the second Haitian person I've had on here that keeps saying that.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people like what do you mean by you have Haitian parents and everyone's supposed to just understand that?
Haitian parents is like immigrant parents, you know what I mean? Like that's not from America, or the way that, like when you watch the news and media, right? Something is not as big of a deal to them. It's like, this is the end of the world.
Are you saying your parents were strict?
Very.
So that is that like a stereotype of Haitian parents? They're strict.
Oh, for sure.
But it's a real stereotype.
Yeah, it's a real stereotype. But I think it's mostly. I over years I realized it's mostly immigrant parents. You know what I mean? It's like whether you Jamaican, Trini, African.
I was gonna say it's. You know what I mean?
It's just that nature of you coming in here and not understanding the system, and then you just don't want to get. You just don't want anything to happen. So
you think maybe like also it's probably like immigrants that came here understand where they came from, and understand like what they're coming to achieve and stuff. So for you to start fucking around on their dime is probably a problem.
Part of that, it's all part of that.
We all have a plan over here, and you're fucking it up right now.
100%. And as I get older, I see it. But when as a child, it's like I'm being curious. It's like, I didn't know what this is. I've never seen this. I don't know. I could go down the street here and play basketball, and you know what I mean. I didn't know I could. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever maybe as a kid that you want to do, but it's like your parents see it.
So Haitian parents are strict. We're gonna stop putting that like in the headliner from now on, because it comes up on the show so often. I must know a lot of Haitians or something, which is, I don't know if that maybe because like I'm the one who introduced all you guys to weed or something. I don't know how that came up. But now, saying your parents still around?
Huh?
Are your parents still around to see you with your endeavors right now? Okay, so I want to get into how it all started, but since we're here now, what do your parents think about you owning a weed store?
They invested in it, but
so the tables turned. Ain't that some shit?
But you know what? We've never had a conversation about it.
When you asked him to invest, you weren't like.
I was just like, "Yeah, pops, I'm doing this business."
You want that on the pack, and he was like, You asked him to split the pack with you, and when he went down on it.
Yeah,
that's crazy. You know? I mean, so it's I say that because like I've said it before in here, but like I got kicked out of my house like before I was out of high school and shit for growing cannabis inside the house and stuff. Yeah. My stepmother now grows cannabis inside the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those fucked up things. So I'm just saying, like, if your parents were so fucking strict, you probably would have been in trouble being around cannabis.
Well, so exactly. So one of the things with me, given the fact that like I knew how strict my parents were, so I've always been respectful, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, self-respect is something that I really carry around. So I never wanted my dad to just like, yo, get out of the house, kick me out. Like, where am I gonna go? You know what I mean? Like,
it's cold outside.
It's cold outside. You know what I mean? So I don't want to have these conversations with this guy, man. You know what I mean? And have to face the situation because I don't have to make those decisions. Like I like for you, you know, our background is different, right? So
I was on my own since 14, brother.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I don't know how to grow plants. You know what I mean? So like,
I didn't either.
Yeah. So for me, I just
trial and error, brother.
Like, you know, just my environment. We weren't just doing that. You know what I mean? The guys I was around wasn't necessarily doing that. So for me, I didn't necessarily went into that. You know what I mean? But like, so we'll smoke here and there. We'll do whatever it is. But so with my parents So for me to say, oh, I'm gonna do that, it was just like, nah, it's not worth it, Jeff. Like, yo, you, like when I got my ears pierced at 18, man. My dad wanted to fight me. You know what I mean? So it's just like little things like that. I knew, let me stay away from.
Stay away from it.
Let me stay away from.
When did they find out you consume cannabis?
It's never been a conversation.
So as of right now, do they come into your dispensary? Have they been inside of it?
Yeah, they both inside.
And they just assume that you don't consume cannabis?
It's never been a conversation. Like, it's just never been. Like I said, it's like I said, it's that same respect to where I don't want you to look at me anyway. And I know they.
Do your parents drink?
No. I just, like I said, straight pants. My father smokes cigarettes.
Religious?
My father, no.
Oh, come on, man. What the fuck?
But he would argue with me that he didn't smoke. I'm like, dude, I see you smoking cigarettes.
I can smell that shit.
No. You know what I mean? I'm like,
that shit will actually kill you. Yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst one of all of them.
That's the worst. I know. Of
all of them, man. So your parents. So you have like these events at your store and stuff, and all these people are buying cannabis and consuming cannabis because you have a back lot, right? That you consume and so they're there, I'd assume, and.
No, you can't consume on site. No,
they can't consume. I think they consume on site. I think that's at a back area.
Yeah, people just buy weed and go home. Nobody hangs around and smoke outside or.
No, I think that's at an event. I think at an event or something.
Oh no, you still can't do that. No, absolutely not.
I wasn't at that event, so I don't know. A lot of outdoor events you can smoke at.
Well, off site, but
off site. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, back, but that's a back lot though. So that's us off site.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah. So yeah, you know,
I just find it hard to believe that your parents have invested probably quite a bit of money because it's not cheap to fucking open a dispensary, and just not come across. It's just like a funny conversation not to have.
It's just a conversation.
It's a funny conversation not to have.
I just never really.
So
you know what I mean? Engage with them.
When you dispensary, like what made you want to go into that business?
So I'm in real estate. I'm a commercial real estate broker, right? Okay. So primarily my goal, my everyday responsibility is helping businesses open up, retail.
I've seen you in the past help someone with like a radio station or something like that. Maybe yeah.
So you know what I mean. So I've helped all type of businesses, from restaurants, Domino's, Papa John's, Dunkin' Donuts. We recently did an exhibition with NASA. So I've done, broker a lot of different transactions. So I've seen it all. So I understand the process, how to acquire a building, whether it's a lease, whether it's a acquisition, whether it's a long-term 75-year lease. You know what I mean? So I've done those things as my profession. So over time, it was just okay. So this opportunity came up where, all right, cannabis it's just like any business. Right, it's selling product. It's at the retail shop. It's location, right? Just like a restaurant business, just like Dunkin' Donuts, right? It's all about location replacement. I understand I understood that Codman Square was a destination for that. It's a great location. So basically, I just understood all the background, that came with opening a business, right? Because of my experience, and I dabbled on cannabis before, and then by that time, I was actually consuming a little bit more when it became legal. I was traveling. I was going to California. I was doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at that time, there was more of an interest there. And there was, a set of skill set that was already built. It was just like, okay, how do you put it together at that time?
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was just like, now, okay, let's put this together.
So how did you put that together?
Learning, experiencing.
So you knew nothing about it going. You knew about real estate, but as far as cannabis and cannabis law, and you were just
So it was,
and you weren't even like a heavy smoker. You were kind of just like a
100%,
just like a social, normal, just regular consumer.
So by 2016, when it became legal, I applied. One of my real estate clients actually introduced me to an attorney, Lori Lucian. She helped me with the application to be an economic empowerment licensee holder. So I applied for that license and I was awarded because I lived in Dorchester, right? So
yep. Hey, whatever.
Here's my past coming in to help me out in my future, right?
Take it, take it where you can get it, man.
Exactly. So, so that ended up basically. So I ended up having access to that license, right? Now it's finding a piece of property where it makes sense, right? So now this is where my skill set from being a commercial real estate broker allows me to understand retail. It's all about location, right? So this is why we're Loki Dispensary.
I was gonna ask, because so Codman Square is like, it's a busy place.
It's a busy place.
Busy place. What made you pick that location?
Location.
It just when you think of dispensaries, Codman Square it just seems like it's a crazy place. It's great.
So I grew up around there. So this is where I'm from. So this is where I grew up. So that was a location that was destined for it. I grew up here. I understand I understand cannabis.
So it took someone from that area that understood real estate in that area to push this forward.
Absolutely.
It's making sense now.
So it took all of that to. All right. I mean, somebody else could have attempted. I mean, others have done it. You know what I mean?
But having the know-how and the inside, the inside information, but the inside knowledge of like how this stuff works, what kind of building would work, and knowing the neighborhood.
Correct, knowing the neighborhood. So now I don't know if the building works, right? Because I don't know how big do I want it, how do you design a traffic flow. So this is where I went to do my R&D. So I went out to California. So I have my little sisters. They were a student at USC. So I had to go see them anyway. So when I went out there to see them, so I'm also going to see dispensaries because it was already legal in California. So I'm able to go to so many different dispensaries and actually learn the process and speak to bud tenders or whoever it is, just to get some type of insight. So I also went out to Washington State, went out to Toronto, a bunch of different states that was already mature, right? So now there was already an example that I could actually see and understand what's going on in those markets. And one of the things that I realized, it was just like, by that time, it was going to a brand aspect, you know what I mean? So this is where eventually it's going to get to, you know what I mean? Because everybody's going to say, okay, well,
why do you think that is eventually going to get there?
Well, again, it's just like anything, right? Just like any product, any sneakers, like you wear Nike, right? So if you wear if you're a Nike head, most likely you don't wear Adidas or you don't wear Reebok, right? So you become a brand, something that attached to you, something that's personal to you. So it becomes that, right? So I realized that this is where it's going. So okay, how do I create it?
But I'm saying, why do you think it's going in that direction?
Because this is how life is, just like with everybody, right? If you bank with Bank of America, that's your bank, right? So if you have a product that you like, you typically
so are you saying that like the dispensaries are gonna have brands, or like the brands of the products, like
products,
the actual?
Eventually, the consumer, that's where it's gonna go to, right? Okay. That's where the.
So you think that instead of like people buying like just dispensary B, okay, just buying dispensary B weed, like whatever it may be, you think people are gonna buy like wrapper brand from Dispensary be?
Yeah, so somebody's gonna find. Obviously, you're gonna find your store, right? You're gonna like your store, whatever, for whatever reason, whether it's because it's close to you,
whether it's Stop and Shop, whether it's Shaw's, whether it's Market Basket.
Yeah, but whenever you go in there, you know what product you want. You know, you like Hexies, right? You know, you like Betty's, Eddie's, whatever it is. Like when you go into that store, that's what you're looking for. If that is not there, you're gonna walk away. So
when we get to like your store, because I mean essentially like people don't understand too, because dispensaries and legal cannabis is so new around here. It even took me a little bit to understand this as well. That like dispensaries, not all dispensaries grow weed.
No, yeah, dispensaries.
But people don't understand that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't.
They don't. So they don't get that. Like so you're essentially a corner store.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I mean, for lack of better,
we're a retailer.
Yeah, there's no difference between you and like a 7-Eleven, let's say.
Yes.
But you're a 7-Eleven for cannabis.
Correct.
So when you go into low key, I'm sure you have like the non-name brand, like the generic brand low key cannabis there that you can always buy, then you have like the Wiz Khalifa, and you have I mean I know you have a ton of brands.
Speaking of that, I got you some like all brands. The Dorchester Diesel, like I was telling you, right? It's all about brands, right? So eventually you need something that resonate with you as an individual, as a person, right? So what makes sense for you? What price point, right? How do you feel about the product? All of these things, how they resonate with you. Those are the things that matters. So eventually, as a customer, you're not gonna want to come in every day. You're not going to come in every day and just try a new product and spend your money, and then this week it was good, next week it wasn't bad. It was bad, right? So you want the consistency. So you want the product that makes sense for you. So this is what I mean about branding, right? So earlier when I was at the store, somebody came in and wanted a certain product that we didn't have. He walked out because we didn't carry that product, because he knows what he's looking for.
When you, I want to ask a couple different questions. I want to get to all these.
Sure.
But how do you decide what products you carry in your store?
You got to understand your customer base.
Okay, so just that research and development.
Yeah, research and development. You got to understand your customer, who's your clientele, who's coming into your store, and what do they want.
So you have...
And you got to speak to your customers.
You have some of these these as well. So I see it's Dorchester Diesel, Blue Hill Dream.
Yeah.
So these are all... What are the... I know they're all... There's like 6 of them, right?
No, so it's actually 10. We got 6 of them that's coming out, but we got 10 that we plan on releasing.
So what are some of these names?
So we got the Dorchester Diesel. So again, represent Dorchester, which is a community that I'm from, that I grew up in. Blue Hill Dream. So my office is on Blue Hill Ave in Mak-Tube Square. I have a lot of history in Mak-Tube. A lot of Haitians is in Mak-Tube. That's sort of Haitian Central, right? We have Roxbury Runts. I lived in Roxbury for a long time. We have the Hyde Park Haze. Lived in Hyde Park currently.
The Hyde Park Haze.
Hyde Park Haze, and Hyde Park Haze. That's also around the first time. So the first 2 strains I ever had was actually Haze, Purple Haze, and actually Dorchester Diesel. Not Dorchester Diesel, Sour Diesel. So the first 2, when I first smoked, tried weed, I'm like, oh, what's this? So it's Sour Diesel. I'm like, oh, cool. And like, oh man, I think I heard Jada Kiss said that. Oh, Sour Diesel, cool.
So is that what Dorchester Diesel is always?
So yeah, so it's a sour. So
these aren't strains.
These are strains. So I have an in-house breeder.
Okay.
That actually pheno hunt and actually created these strains, and we're actually in production to actually put these strains out.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So obviously the names are local neighborhood names.
Exactly.
What made you want to use? Because I don't think I've ever seen that so far in Boston. No. Nobody used any of let's call it what it is, the more urban areas.
For sure.
Like of the city, which
for sure.
I mean, I don't know how much people know that people of color are just starting to be able to get into the cannabis business.
100%.
It took like, for whatever reasons, I don't want to get into geopolitical fucking reasons, but whatever reasons they were, the first dibs didn't go to people of color.
No.
And they're just starting to get into the industry now. That's why the industry doesn't have, in my opinion, doesn't have a lot of flavor to it. Doesn't have a lot of like fucking culture to it. It's like a lot of like stale shit. Because they didn't give, it's just now, the opportunity's just starting now for like the urban, a more mixed, diverse group of, because cannabis doesn't go to one person. It's across the fucking board to everybody. This doesn't discriminate with anybody. So these things it's the first I've seen of anything like this.
Yeah. So to me, it's really just given.
How did the idea come up? Who came up with the idea?
I did. So the way that this came about, like I told you, I went and did my research. Went out to different states and really see like, oh, it's really about branding, right? So you see certain brands in different states, right? When you in California, when you in Vegas, when you in Colorado, so you could see certain brands in different markets, right? So it was like, oh, okay. Makes sense. So when I came back here, and as I'm doing my research and say, okay, how do I make myself, how do I differentiate myself from everybody else? Because it's not like you just said 7-Eleven. Everybody's just going to go to the closest store to buy whatever it is. So how do I stand out, right? How do I reach out? How do I communicate with my community? So and I come from the music industry as well, right? So I'm influenced by music, by culture. So for me, it's just like giving representation to your hood, giving your presentation to your community, giving your presentation to the reasons you do what you do, right? So like I said, Dorchester is my neighborhood. That's where I grew up, right? So this is why I highlight certain landmark in Dorchester, certain things that represent that neighborhood, so you can give people that feel like, okay, this is me.
This is from here.
This is from here. If I'm gonna smoke something, I'm gonna smoke what's from here, what's from my neighborhood.
It's one of those things too, because like America, like Americana, like old America, like that. Let's make America great bullshit. Like what they're really talking about though is like back in the day. Like if I would work, I live in Weymouth, I would work in Weymouth. Mm-hmm. I would build a table at a fucking table factory in Weymouth, and then we would eat at the table that I built. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All the wood would come from Weymouth. You know what I'm saying? So like you would have like pride in your shit. Yeah. And now it's all outsourced to everywhere else. So some guy in fucking China builds a table that he doesn't even ever see, that gets shipped over here, and then you know what I'm saying? There's so disconnect to that. Yeah. But what you're doing now is giving the people that live in that neighborhood like, hey, there's something from here.
100%.
That's someone from here.
Yeah. So like the artists. So we actually did a group study. Like we actually sat down. The artist that designed all the packaging. He's from West Roxbury. I went to school with him. He's a dope artist.
What's his name?
D Loops. Shout out to D Loops. Right. So we actually sat down and did this. Then we reviewed it. We brought a bunch of people in. Noble, D Black. Who else? A bunch of different people from the community, people from Boston who has a voice, who has impact. You know what I mean? Who understand culture. Who say, nah, scratch this. You know what I mean? I like this idea. I don't like this. And then really went back out and really make sure that this represent each community. So I did this right, so nobody could come in and just say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. So the moment that anybody come into low key and see these neighborhoods training, it's like, yo, man, I want this. Oh, can we buy this now? Can we buy the art? Right. So it's all love, because it's real authentic. You know what I mean? So I really put the love and passion into this to make this work. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just something that I just threw up just to say, oh, let me make some money, or it was a money grab for me. You know what I mean? So it was really, there's some passion behind this to really represent Boston, and like you just said, to really give black people some type of recognition, and how to really go about creating a brand and making it authentic, and it resonate with the people.
In the cannabis space, there really isn't like a lot of place for like that yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that that's happening, because that should be happening. Do you find it weird though? Do people like, man, I ain't fucking with that Blue Hill Dream shit. I'm over here in the Hyde Park Haze shit.
Oh,
like, yeah, like you like, man, I ain't never smoking no fucking Roxbury runs. You get caught with Roxbury fucking runs.
It actually happened the day of there was I'm not gonna say who it is, but there was an artist who was he came by and then saw the Dorchester, and then he was touching the Dorchester diesel. And I know he actually came in. He's from Dorchester, so we was actually packaging the Blue Hill Dream, and then we were just showing it to him, and he was like, "Nah, man, I ain't touching that Blue Hill Dream, man. I'm from Dorchester." Yeah. I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, you're gonna get into some of that shit.
Yeah. So for sure, but yeah, that's definitely the goal, man. It's just really, like I said, it's really represent these neighborhoods and have people, give their opinion on which strain tastes the best, which strain that they like, based on their opinion, and really just talk about things and just really give people like sort of a platform or opportunity to talk about weed. And because there is it's all about the brand, but there's a feeling behind that the the product. You know what I mean? When you consume behind the flower. So again, and when you hear people who are connoisseur really talk a high level about cannabis, it's like, wow, this is a sign. It's just like art. It's just like music. You know what I mean? If you don't understand it, then you don't understand it. But when you hear somebody talk about, you know, breaking down the beat, bringing down the lyrics, it was just like, wow, I never really thought about music that way. So it's the same thing with cannabis.
I'm thinking right now about it too, because I don't want to give away your secret right now, but I think I just figured out that what you're trying to do differently. Instead of having that like just Sam's Club brand, you've taken that instead of like you can just go to a dispensary B and I'm going to buy some Blue Dream. You don't do that at your spot. You buy Blue Hill Dream. So like it's always called that. It's always you're trying to brand yourself out for the future. That's smart because a lot of people haven't obviously done that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So you're going to be ahead of the game on that. What's your favorite out of all the strains?
So I
mean, where are you repping? Are you like?
So I've had most of them, because my Barry, shout out to Barry, Dr. Handy. He actually grow everything. So you know, most of the strains, you know what I mean. So he's done pheno hunting, before he actually goes into production. So my favorites so far has actually been between those two. It's actually a Blue Hill Dream. Between those two, unfortunately. I like the Blue Hill Dream, but I'm with Dorchester.
Why? Yeah, I'll say unfortunately because Mattapan. So what's the next strain coming up?
So the next strain, so we got two coming up. We got the Roxbury Runts coming up, and the Orange Line. Those are two dropping soon. And
I would assume Orange Line must be some kind of pheno orange, some kind of citron, something like that.
Yeah. So something real nice.
You can obviously like do that, which is pretty cool because of like the Orange Line running through there.
Yeah. So Orange Line really represent Jamaica Plain. You know what I mean? So and going all the way to the North Shore as well. So really giving representation to that part of town.
Absolutely, man. I spent a lot of time on the Orange Line. Yeah. It's a fun little train.
Yeah.
So you also had, speaking of brands, you also have a brand at your spot that is, I think, exclusive to your spot, Massachusetts, correct?
Tical, yeah. Shout out to Tical. Shout out to Method Man. Shout out to Z. Shout out to all the guys over there. Yeah.
Big Raz.
Yeah, Raz. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a great relationship, it's a great partnership that we've been able to secure, and that happened, organically through relationships, through traveling and being able to try out different products and really just to try to understand, how the industry works. You know what I mean? So when I was out there, in Colorado, they weren't in every stores. It was exclusive, right? So if you want it, then you have to go get it. And if you don't, you could get it whatever you want. But if you want it, then you have to go do that. You have to go, primarily to those guys. So this is what, part of the reasons that it influenced me to say, okay, you know what, I have to create my own strains, and I don't have to put it in every different stores, but it's going to be in my stores.
You learned that from the Tical guys?
Tical guys, absolutely. I think Neighborhood Strain as well, Nipsey Hussle. Bunch of a few celebrity brands that I noticed that weren't in every stores, right? But then again, when you say like the MSOs, right, they're everywhere, right? So there's no exclusivity to it, you know what I'm saying? So people want exclusivity, you know what I mean? You don't want things everywhere. You don't want to just you be able to get at things anywhere you can get it.
It's funny because like the exclusive thing, the hype shit is like it's on two ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Like the kids in the hype shit, they want that exclusive shit, and then the other end, like the heads, they want that shit. But like in the middle, no one knows knows what any of that shit is.
Yeah, but like so the difference is just like there is hype shit that like some people it's trendy, but there's hype good shit, right? And in the hype good shit, that's like okay, then you have to it has to be limited. Like we sold out on both of these. We don't even have this. We don't have Blue Dream in our store no more.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? And like we put it out first of the month, like you know what I'm saying, and we sold out in less than 2 months. You know what I'm saying? And same thing with Dorchester Diesel. You know what I mean? We sold out of both of them. You know what I mean? And without doing no heavy promo, no pushing it, it's just like when we open up our stores, we put the packaging out so people could see it to see if there's a demand. And then there was a demand for it. It was all right, cool. So we're gonna release it out in the new year. So we released them out middle of January, and then we sold out.
That's dope. I mean, congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
I did when we came in your store and I did that video and everything. I did notice you guys do have a lot of brands in there. What else are you guys carrying up?
Yeah, we pretty much carry a lot of different brands like cookies. You know, pretty much what people want. You know what I mean? We give you options.
Well, okay, right? so I don't know if you know this. You're in the suburbs right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So if I go into the corner store in your neighborhood and I go in the corner store over here, the products are completely fucking different. Okay. And like people that haven't lived in both the hood and like the suburbs, you guys are both of y'all are missing things.
That's what I mean.
You're both missing things. Like the hood got some really dope shit, like fucking like Jamaican beef patties and shit, and gas station chicken wings. But like you can't. All you can buy is sugar drinks.
So see, this is the difference, right? Understand your customers. This is what I say. I understand my customers. So I'm in Dorchester, where at the end of the day, Quincy's still close enough. Mm-hmm. Milton is close enough.
Milton's right there.
Exactly, right? So I understand I got demographic that could be coming from there, right? So I have to have products to feed those demographic, right? But I also have other products for my community that could just walk out and just walk in, right? And in that same community, that same crowd could see something on the other shelf and say, "Oh, I've never seen this before. Let me try that." And same goes for the other crowd. So at the end of the day, again, that's just what that balance comes in, where you have to have that option, understand your demographic, understand your community, and for you to provide those, good enough product, the high testing, that's craft, that's exclusive, right? And not everybody's gonna like it, but
cannabis is one of those things too. It crosses demographics.
It does very much.
Like crazy. So when it first, you want to get your letter? Is that what you're trying to grab? You can grab it. Yeah. When cannabis first became legal, I would go to dispensaries. I don't go as much anymore, but I would go to a lot of dispensaries back then, and I used to love. I was one of the first people that had a weed card. Like my weed card was paper, and it had it was under 100. I forget what number it was.
I had one out in California, so when I went to Cali, I got one.
It was my number was under 100, regardless. So I was in dispensaries early, and what I liked about it was like construction worker, like Rastafarian, old lady, punk kid, skateboarder, hip hop dude, like punk rocker. Like it was like a big fucking plethora. Yes. So I'm just trying to imagine, and I would love this, like a lady from Milton comes in for some Harbor House or something like that, right? And then what she ends up getting is some like Dorchester Diesel. Yeah. And she goes fucking ham on that. That's the shit.
So again, it's all like what I realized with those neighborhood strains, right? It's all about feelings, right? We all, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're old, young. I want to feel good. Mm-hmm. After work, it doesn't matter what you do for work. You work at the office. Whether you work at the office, whether you work, as a construction worker, you know what happened at the end of the day?
What's that?
You are tired.
Yep.
Right? So when you walk in a dispensary and say, "Hey, I'm tired. I want to feel relaxed." So you have options for a bartender to say, okay, whether it's a Dorchester Diesel, whether it's whatever it is, to provide you that, right? Mm-hmm. So
I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so that's that piece, right? Then when it comes down to, whether it's like, hey, I need a sativa, or I need to be feeling energetic. This is what the Blue Dream. I'm sorry. This is what the Dorchester Diesel is, right? Is that when you walk in, you said, "Hey, I want to feel energetic. I want to feel hype." You know what happened? Oh, why don't you try the Dorchester Diesel? Whether you was a white, black, Asian, whatever it is, tall, young, if you want to feel energized, Dorchester Diesel is a recommendation.
That's what you want.
That's what you want. Right, unless you come in and say, you know what, this is what I want specifically.
Well, I mean, think about like Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg. I mean, that's what you're thinking of right there. I mean, the iconic cannabis duo, Martha Stewart, Snoop Dogg. I mean, I'm sure there's better ones than that, but that's like a nice preface of like what it is. It goes all the way from this, all the way to this, and like I've seen it, and like I just think it'd be really cool just to see like old white ladies just blowing down on some fucking Dorchester Diesel. It's just the shit.
But they do, right? Because a lot of time they come in.
They do.
Yeah. A lot of time they come in and say, "Oh man, I like the art. Oh man, I'm from Dorchester, and that's what I want."
Yeah, they got money and moved to Milton.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Exactly. And bam,
they sold those old houses and got millions for them fucking things.
And then guess what? They come spend some money at low key right now. You know what I mean? But that's really just what happened.
So what kind of events do you guys have like in the summertime, you guys do have that back space. You guys going to utilize that come summertime?
Yeah. So one of our goals, earlier this year we wanted. I got you. Earlier this year, we wanted to host, a block party. We wanted to bring Tical, wanted to bring Method Man here to have our launch. But it ended up being in November, so weather wasn't really in on our side. So our goal is 420. A year before, we had a 420 party. We had a 710 party before in 2022. So we should be reactivating that this year, especially with the launch of with the Roxbury Runts this year. So we should definitely be.
You guys should do it the week after 420.
The week after 420.
That way I can be there because I'm going to be in Queens for 420.
Oh, you're going to be in Queens?
We have a Locks concert. Grass is greener. There's one in Worcester. Mm-hmm. We got Bone Thugs and Harmony and Lil Easy E, and a bunch of like local guys and shit like that, and a bunch of other people. But then we also got in the 19th in Queens. Mm-hmm. We have the Locks. We have a special guest that we're going to announce this week. I'll tell you afterwards, and a couple more local guys and stuff like that. DJ Crazy is going to be out there. So we have two big, huge shows, two festivals coming up. I was going to see if you wanted to get involved with it after we talked about this. I was going to talk to you about that off camera.
What? In New York? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk because there's always opportunities for things.
100%.
You get that? I'm rolling a joint right now too because he doesn't know how to roll weed. It's crazy to me.
Yo, don't bring that up.
I'm bringing it up right now. And motherfuckers said, don't bring that up. No, we bringing that shit up. So we're at this event called No Photos Please, right? And he sits down next to me, and I'm like, all right. I give him a couple buds and whatnot. Come to find out, this motherfucker owns a dispensary, but cannot roll weed. That's crazy. How did you make it this far?
Hold on.
I mean, you did roll you rolled it. It was rolled.
It was
yeah.
The product was inside a paper, wasn't it?
The product was inside of a paper.
Right.
Well, that happened. Yes.
Were we able to light it up?
I don't know. I didn't smoke.
What you mean you didn't?
I didn't smoke that shit.
Did you not see smoke being inhaled from that?
I don't know. That lady drove me crazy. I look in the other direction. But you already knew that.
You're making that up.
I'm making that up. I don't care if she hears me. It's okay. Yeah. So how'd you meet Sammy?
Sam
Gerber. So low key dispensary. I don't know if Sam's your partner or what is.
Sam's the inventory manager. Sam's the guy.
So Sam is involved in your company.
100%.
Sam is someone who, from my other show, people know Leeds. Leeds is someone who threw all the Leeds. Did you know who Leeds was and everything? Okay, so Leeds threw every show possible for hip hop in the 2000s. I used to do shows with Leeds in the 2000s. He used to do shows. Hush over here. He used to do shows with Leeds as well in the 2000s. Sammy was the door guy. Sammy was also security. Sammy was the photographer. Sammy did a little bit of everything.
He was also the freestyle battle host. We go back.
The freestyle battle host. So how the hell did you meet Sammy?
So I met Sammy when we started low key. So we hired a staffing company, and so Sammy was the my recruiter, my rep, or I don't know how would you call it. And we were having a great conversation. Oh, my bad. We were having a great conversation regarding hiring, and he was instructing me on who I should hire based on their qualification, based on their skill set, and his experience from all these markets that I had just came back from visiting.
Sammy was out in like Detroit for a while, wasn't he?
No, he was in Colorado.
Colorado
and Washington. So it was like, wow, we have some similar similarities. You know what I mean? As far as he went out there to actually work, and I went there to learn about the business. You know what I mean? So, just a connection. It was just so like, wow, dude, why are you working for a staffing agency instead of, working in a company?
So you recruited him from the recruiters.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's exactly what happened. So I just told him like, dude, I think you you would be our best guy for this role here. Which
that's funny, like calling us and then the staffers are like, what the fuck, bro? You just like took our guy, you know?
Exactly. That's really how it happened. It was just like, dude, and he was just like, yeah, man. He was much happier doing that because Sam's not a recruiter and an office guy, you know.
No,
just telling people, you know. So it wasn't that far. So it's been a great relationship since then. So
fucking, I'm like, Hush, I'm like telling him about Sammy, and I'm like Super Jew, and he's like, I don't call him that. I'm like, no, he calls himself that. This guy's looking at me like I'm some kind of fucking racist or some shit when I bring it up. It's like, no. He's never called himself that in the office with you guys?
No.
Not yet, no.
But he does. He, like you just said, he does everything. So he is super. So yeah.
Hush got a story. I know he does because he's got the tip of his tongue right there.
Well, I was gonna say it's probably more in the battle rap scene where that came from. I'm thinking.
I have no idea. I just know he said it to me all the time.
Well, I know when they used to host the battles, that was like Leeds he would call him that, but yeah. I don't know where it actually originated from.
Oh, he refers to himself as so you know.
I'm sure somebody
HJIC.
I'm sure somebody give him that name.
It's all right, guys. We're not gonna get canceled. Don't worry about it. It was just funny when I said it because the look he gave me was like, he's like, I don't call him that. And I'm like, he does. He calls himself that. That's what everyone does.
I mean, I think those are the people who do the canceling. You know.
Then we're good, man. Then we're good. Sammy's a good dude. Sammy got a sour star at David, man. Sammy's a
good dude.
Sam's a good dude. Nah, man, you guys got a cool thing going over there.
Absolutely, man. Sam's a good guy. He's a great team player. His role to low key has been tremendous. Same with Matt, who's been a general manager. The relationship with those guys has been great. I call him Bird and McHale. You know what I mean? So it's just like that. They just been franchise players, man. So
is that why you call them Bird and McHale?
Yeah. They get shit done, man. That's the best way I could put it. You know what I mean? They get shit done.
So what's some exciting stuff that we should look for low key coming in the future?
I mean, really just continue releasing these neighborhood strains, you know what I mean, and really putting on for the city and really just representation, you know what I mean. Creating that representation is really important for us to see, to have visibility, and just really showing that there's opportunity for Black business owners to succeed in this industry, for people to create a lane in this industry, you know what I mean. So typically, you see a lot of celebrities, a lot of people that comes from wealth, that comes from a lot of major opportunities, but brother like me who just come from nothing, come from Haiti, with a mom and dad who don't really know their ways about this country, but this is a land of opportunity. It's all about figuring it out and just being resilient, just being consistent, just being trying to persevere over shit.
Consistency is key. People don't understand how important it is just to be consistent. You can be mediocre and be consistent and still be successful.
100%.
So if you're like actually good at what you do and you're consistent, like how many people you see that are so good at what they do, but then they just kind of like laissez-faire about it. They don't really. It's like if you focus for like fucking 3 months, dude, just 3 months. Right over the hump. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you see it in sports. Like you see a guy who's talented, who could give you 20 points a game, 30 points a game, but he's not able to do that on a on a daily basis, right? So given the fact that he's not able to do that on a daily basis, you're not consistent. So we can't give you top dollars, but there's a guy that could give you 10 points, right? Every night he's going to give you 10 and 5. You take that guy on your team because
Absolutely.
Every night I'm gonna get 10 points from you. I'm gonna get 5 rebounds from you. I'm gonna get whatever it is.
Bird and McHale.
You know what I mean?
Bringing it back.
So I know I'm gonna get from those guys, and they, like I said, they've been solid.
I want to bring up something like the opposite of Bird and McHale. All right, let's go this direction, because you did bring it up, like being someone from Haiti, being someone that didn't have a lot of wealth in your upbringing and stuff like that, and you're also talking about being one of the first Black business owners, Black dispensary owners in the state. How important do you think that is to set that example and going forward? I mean, how hard? I remember when we first started to do this interview, you had to wait and you had to wait and you had to wait.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, because they've been putting me through the ringer, man, like all this other shit. And like, but when I come out, I got a lot to say.
100%.
So here we are, say it.
So exactly. So
talk your shit, Cat Williams.
You know, as we were saying, you know, this again. Nothing in life comes easy, right? So it's sort of those things that you hear in life. You know what I mean? Nothing in life comes easy. You know, you got to go through adversity. You know, it takes you 10 years to be overnight success, right? All of these things, and you know, ultimately, like I said, when we were having this conversation, there were days, you know, you feel like, yo, is it my fault? Like, why am I in this? I should have never been in this, right? Then there's days like, why is this happening to me? Why is this person not answering my emails, right? So then you have to sit back and then just look at the overall picture and say, okay, well, this person didn't answer my email because they went on vacation. Well, you go on vacation, so you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or you have a death in the family, or you know what I mean? Life happens, so that's why you didn't get your answer that you wanted on Tuesday, so you got it next week, you know, Friday, because life happens, right? Well, you didn't get this because you wasn't ready for that, or you didn't pay for that 6 months ago or 3 months ago, right? So there's a lot of different things that happen over time that when you sit there and you analyze the process, it was just like, you could either say, well, if this was this, if that was that, or you could just say, you know what? Things happen in God's time. Things happen like it's supposed to happen, and then it is what it is. But the only difference is I remain consistent, right? And I overcame whatever the bullshit is.
You can control what you can control.
Exactly. You control what you can control. So what I realized is just like, you know, ultimately there's a lot of bullshit that came from this industry, right? There's people that could say, you know, they didn't want to come into this, and there are people that could say, oh, maybe, you know.
You're talking people of color because of what they've had to deal with.
Yeah. People that have to deal with it, because it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit
anyways, but there's shit on top of the shit.
Yeah, there's and one thing for sure, it's not intentional. It's not like you know what I mean, at one person, because like at the end of the day, when I sit back and talk to everybody, so we all going through shit. So everybody's in some shit.
Let me just pull this like just real quick outside of even cannabis, because it's good to know someone that's successful and someone that like has a lot going on for them also feels the same way that everyone else feels. When you're like, you don't get that fucking answer on Monday, maybe it's just because they're on vacation, or maybe they were sick that day. Like it's not always because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I try to tell people,
but as human beings, that's like we automatically jump to that immediately. Yeah. Like
I tell people to read 4 agreements. I had an attorney. I remember, you know, I was trying to close a deal, and she was not getting back to me. I was like, I'm going to her office. I went to her office. And like, yo, can I speak to her? Oh, she's in a closing. Well, I'm gonna sit down right here and wait for her. You know, I just sat there for 3 hours, and she never came out. Then after 3 hours, it was like, people came out of the office. I'm like, God damn, she was really busy. So I really lost 3 hours of my time waiting here for her, right? And, you know, fast forward to later on, I'm having a conversation. That person's name came up. It was like, man, that person's always busy. She's one of the only person that does this. So it's like, oh. Right? So.
And if you didn't put if you weren't consistently digging away at your job, you wouldn't have ever got to that piece of information.
Exactly.
And you would have just assumed that it was all because they didn't like you.
So exactly. So now when other people come up and say it, I'm like, nah, don't take it like that. It has nothing to do with you. You know, I read this book 4 agreements. I said, don't take anything personal. Then it was just like, oh, Jeff, duh. Remember the situation? So that situation always allowed me to never take anything personal.
You can really just do that, though.
Absolutely. Listen,
it's hard, though. Bro, it's hard.
Listen, there's like,
it's hard for me.
Yeah, if you call me right now, if we have an issue, right, based on the conversation that we're having, I know where it's, oh, you just feeling emotional, or like, damn, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, it allows me to hold me accountable to know, you know, to not put myself in a situation where it's going to give you a reason to talk shit to me. And it's the same thing about that respect I just told you earlier with my dad, where it's like, man, I don't want this man to come and say something to me, so I'm not even going to engage in going that route.
I don't mean to cut you off right there, but I promise you I'll stop at 5 o'clock. But that brings us back to your parents right there at 5 o'clock, right?
Yeah. So
do you think, the question that everybody wants to know, are you ever going to smoke weed with your parents?
Absolutely, I never have. Actually,
he said absolutely.
Wait.
Hold on, there's hope.
Does vaping count?
Yeah, fucking right.
I had my mom tried vaping before.
Oh shit, son!
So I had.
That's a gateway drug right there.
So I had to try it.
Your mom's gonna be on Mass Ave in no time, man.
I had to. So my mother had cancer, so I had to try that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I had to try a couple of edibles or whatever it is, but she wasn't having it. It was after.
Do you know that cannabis, like THC and CBD, like CBD, like that shit kills cancer?
Yeah, they weren't. I mean,
there's medical studies now.
There is.
There is.
She had already been to chemo.
She been through remission and everything.
Already, yeah. No, it was a little bit after. Then I was just like, "Yo, Mom, you could try this. This work for this." You know what I mean? And then
I'm sure you've had the conversation with her a million times.
No, not even. Listen, I tried it. I wanted, like I said, when it was around the time that I wanted her to invest. I wanted to show it to her. I took her to a dispensary, and I was like, "Oh, look, this is a business. It's not like."
Yeah, it's not
whatever nonsense.
Someone on the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I walked in and it was like, all right.
You got to bring her to a nice one.
You know what I mean? I brought it to a very nice one. Oh, okay, this is nice. All right, cool. And then bought a couple of things and then tried it out. And then she was, oh my God, Jeff, I slept for from 6 to 6. I'm not trying this thing again.
That's always what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, I'm going to have you look in this camera right here. Right? This guy right here. Mm-hmm. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me at Low Key Dispensary on Instagram. You can find me at Jeff Similien _ on Instagram. Jeff Similien on LinkedIn. YouTube. Jeff Similien at gmail.com.
And Jeff Similien at Google.
And Jeff Similien at Google, yeah.
There you go. And I want to ask you one more thing before we do go. Yeah. Your business. So you have so you're a homegrown Boston guy.
Yes, sir.
With a homegrown Boston business. Not your real estate side, just the cannabis side. How many employees do you have? How many people are you giving jobs to?
Probably like 15, 17 right now.
Dope.
17.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, honestly, that's sort of one of the reasons I wanted to go into this industry, because as a real estate agent, real estate broker, I leveled up. I saw when I came in this industry as an agent, the people that were around, or the people that inspired me to get into this, they're not around anymore, right? Because they didn't sustain, they didn't last, they didn't understand how to last, right? What to do, how to change, and that change happens. You gotta keep changing with time, right? So, I try to educate people, like you just said. There's certain things that you're able to do, not everybody could do it, right? So, certain things that I'm able to sustain for the past, 14 years I've been in commercial real estate. Like I tell people, I eat what I killed, right? So it's just like I have to go out there and close the deal and make shit happen. You know what I mean? For me to pay my bills, to feed my family, to get shit done, right? So not everybody could do that. Not everybody could eat shit for 6 months. Not everybody could hustle like I do. Not everybody could do these things to survive, right? So when I realized, I'm like, oh man, I can't really teach people how to make money in real estate the way that I would like to, because not everybody has that toughness, right? So when cannabis came around, I saw that as a business opportunity, but also as a vehicle for me to be able to provide jobs, to be able to put people in a position to make money, but also be able to teach them real estate as well, and still teach them how to acquire real estate and still be in that real estate industry. So
shit, man, after this fucking thing, I'm gonna need this guy to teach me some fucking real estate.
Yeah, so that's
next. That's next on the fucking
absolutely
thing.
Man. It's something that everybody has to understand. Everything is real estate, man. Whether you live there, whether you work there, whether you go to church there, whether you buy there, everything is real estate. You know what I mean? So understanding is important. Owning is important. You don't have to make millions to own real estate. You don't have to be working at whatever it is. It's just like what are you willing to do? Like you could go out to Western Mass and buy something. You could go out to Ohio. You could go out to Rhode Island and buy something. As long as you willing.
This guy could talk. You could just talk for. You're like Bubba Gump with real estate, like fucking like chicken fried real estate, real estate kebabs.
That reminds me of the McDonald's movie when it talks about how they franchise McDonald's and the guy's like, I opened all these franchises and I'm not making money. We're selling all these burgers. He's like, you got it wrong. You're not in the burger business. You're in the real estate business.
Exactly.
That's how they became what they are today.
Yeah,
exactly. That.
Yeah, understanding that. That's very key. That's very important. Understand how to control the real estate, because it's an asset that appreciates over time. So
yeah,
you know what I mean. Being that
you're
position.
Not wrong.
Yeah, like I said, there's as long as you understand it, you don't. I tell people you don't have to. you could be involved in real estate in so many different ways. But like, as long as you understand it, so you could be involved in the way that works for you. Right, that's all it is. That's it.
I'm gonna have to one day. I'm gonna sit down with you, and I'm gonna have to be like, what do I do with 5K? Yeah. And just let you just talk, and I'm gonna take all the notes.
Yeah, it's all about what you want to do.
Until then, though, but you do have to go pick up your kids, so we have to get you out of here, man. I'm not trying to get you out the door. You're the one who made me get you out of the door. You know what I mean?
I got responsibilities.
This guy can talk about real estate all day.
I really can.
One more time, Hush. This camera right here. Jeff, just so you can go, just one more time, so you can tell everybody where they can find you. Yeah. Low key. Where's it located?
Low key, 571B Washington Street, Dorchester, and we also got
right in Codman Square.
Right in Codman Square. We got a second store coming soon as well in West Roxbury, 5268 Washington Street again. That's going to be coming soon, so stay out for that. West Roxbury coming.
Oh, fuck.
Stay high, live low key.
Yo, and
you good?
You know the deal already. Hush over here. Fuck her chilling. Marty forever. Sense lives. You know the fucking deal. There it is. Marty forever. Sense lives. Fuck her chilling. Peace.
Hey.
All right, hold on one second.